While some major updates have emerged from the U.S. war chart leak incident, the Atlantic magazine, whose editor-in-chief was mistakenly added to a Signal group chart, has made public all details of the chart. Atlantic has said that they are posting the charts after statements from senior leaders and intel chiefs who all said in unison that there was no classified information in the chart. The magazine there declared that they are releasing the chart group communication in public interests. Let's now take a look at the timeline. There are several messages exchanged in the group, during which time the Atlantic editor-in-chief was already added to the chart, as is visible from the screenshots of the chart. There are 19 members in the group. Jeffrey Goldberg was added by NSA Mike Waltz. The setting of the group can be seen as disappearing messages, time set for 1 week. Then we see the first message by Waltz after Goldberg was added to the group. The message says that the group has been established to coordinate on the Houthis for the next 72 hours. This is where things get interesting. After a chat on other administrative issues and political messaging, there is a text from U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The timing of the text is 11:44 a.m. Eastern Time. Hegseth sends a long message of what the strike plan is going to be. Take note of the timing. The text is sent out 2 hours before the first strike on Houthis happens and 31 minutes before the first U.S. warplanes were launched. Now the text reads, "Weather is favorable. Hegseth confirms the mission is a go." Then the text says that at 12:15 Eastern Time, the F-18s launch. At 13:45 Eastern Time, that is afternoon local time, the F-18 carries out their first strike. More details are shared about the second strike that is supposed to take place, which is at 15:36 Eastern Time. In the end of this text, Hegseth says that more is to follow by the timeline. The U.S. Defense Secretary ends the message with Godspeed to our warriors. To remind our viewers of the details of the alleged intel leak, on Monday, editor-in-chief of the Atlantic magazine published an article about how he was added to a chat group on messenger app Signal. In the first article, Jeffrey Goldberg had not included sensitive details of the U.S. military's plan, but shared one screenshot which showed how top lawmakers were part of the chat group. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has taken responsibility for the incident and said that agencies are investigating the matter. However, questions are being raised by congressional lawmakers during the ongoing Intelligence Committee meetings that have overlapped with this intel lapse. Senators and House of Representatives have grilled heads of intelligence agencies over the unprecedented lapse. The U.S. President, on his part, has said that information shared on messenger application Signal was not classified and that there was no need for Waltz to apologize. Okay, let's now talk to our correspondent in the United States. Susan Teherani is now joining us live from New York. Susan, good to see you. Probably you can tell us what happened today at the Senate hearing where Patel, Gabbard and Radcliffe presented their statements.
Right. You could really see that these high-ranking Trump administration officials were a lot more confident speaking today at this hearing than they were yesterday. For example, Tulsi Gabbard admitted that she was indeed on that chain. John Ratcliffe was very confident, and all of them in unison really saying that there wasn't anything classified shared despite being grilled by Democrats. So this is a back and forth that's going to continue unless and until we really get a concrete answer on how Goldberg was added to that chat. And second of all, the information that's being shared. Remember, Pete Hegseth as defense secretary has the authority to declassify certain information. He hasn't come out and said whether or not the information on that chat was declassified or not, but they haven't said it was classified either. So there are a lot of questions left. Now, the question is whether or not this is going to continue. It's going to continue and turn into Signal Gate, or as our previous guest mentioned, another story is going to come and take its place. But questions at this point need to be answered. This is just one of those stories that's not going to go away on its own.
Susan, very quickly, I understand that President Donald Trump and Mike Waltz did appear before the press. What did they say?
they're confident that nothing happened, nothing was wrong, and that basically nothing to see here. They're downplaying it as they have in the last 48 hours or so.
Susan Tehran, you'll have to leave it there. Thank you. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.